How to invest in real estate for beginners. Hey, this is Matt Cross from Alpha Male Secrets. I'm out here in Beverly Hills, California tonight, walking around doing some shopping, shooting some coaching videos, and looking at all these phenomenal cars and beautiful women out here shopping as well. Beautiful rich women. Actually just did a coaching video on how to game rich women right here in Beverly Hills. Since me and my wingman Brando tend to come out here often, gaming those sugar mamas. Just kidding. Gaming rich girls. In any case, the topic for tonight's coaching video is how to buy real estate for beginners. Okay, how to buy your first home, how to buy your first condo. We're going to be talking about all that in tonight's coaching video. So let's just crack right into it. Okay, so you have to understand, when it comes to buying real estate, especially when it comes to buying your first home, contrary to popular belief, a home is not an asset. Okay, if it's not producing money for you on a monthly basis, if it's not producing income, it is not an asset. It's a liability. Okay, because you have to pay that mortgage every month, and you have to pay property tax, insurance. If you have a condo or townhouse, you have to pay HOA fees, homeowner association fees. And if you have no money coming in to pay for all that, guess what? It's not an asset, it is a liability. Do not kid yourself. Okay, if you have a house right now and you don't have any tenants and you're the sole person paying all the bills, it's not an asset, it is a liability. The thing about real estate that you have to understand is, especially when it comes to buying your first home, especially these days, right? If you're a millennial or if you're currently paying rent right now and you're looking to buy your first home, you have to understand, you buy any property, you should look at it as an investment. Okay, you should look at it as an investment. So, personally for me, first thing I'll say this, I hate paying rent. All right, I hate paying rent, and I haven't paid rent in a while. But I hate paying rent. I think it's a gigantic waste of money. I will do a separate coaching video on paying rent versus owning a home. Obviously, sometimes it makes more sense. I mean, if you're only going to be in the, a certain area for, say, a certain city or a certain town for less than a year, then it makes no sense to buy a home. Then obviously you're better off renting. But for the long term, if you know you're going to be there 4 or 5 years, you might as well just buy a house or a condo or a townhouse. Okay, buy something. Just don't throw your money away on rent. But when it comes to buying property, when it comes to buying real estate, in order for it to be an asset, not a liability, is you need it to cash flow, right? You need it to cash flow. And really, the only way you could get it to cash flow is if you rent it out, if you get tenants. So you're going to have to get some tenants in there. And if it's your first place, right, say it's going to be your first house and it's just you, right? You don't really have a family right now, you don't have a girlfriend or anything like that. Chances are you're probably going to want to move into either a condo or a home, a single family home. Now, if you move into a single family home, for example, what you would want to do is get potentially either a duplex, a triplex, a multifamily basically is what they call it, where you could live in one of those units and rent out the other units. Okay, you could rent out the other units, and even if that does not cash flow positively for you, where you're making money each month, it will at least cut your mortgage in half, right? If not more. Where the money you're paying to have a roof over your head won't be being thrown away on rent. It'll be going towards paying down your mortgage and building this, this asset, this home that you've purchased that you're renting out. So by the time that you are ready to move out of that house and move into another house, and say that first home you purchased is paid off, now you can rent out the room that you were living in, and that house should cash flow. I mean, if you pay off at least half your mortgage, depending on how rents are in your area, I mean, the house should cash flow. If you have the means and the credit to buy a single family home, then do that. Buy a duplex, multifamily, triplex, and live in one of the units, rent out all the other units, okay? Or you could just get a single family home, 3-bedroom home, just live in one of those rooms and rent out the other 2 rooms. And a girl that I was dating was actually just doing that. It's like she lived in one of the rooms while the other 2, no, there were 3 more rooms in that house, were being rented out. I believe they call it house hacking too, right? So that's a new term for it, like house hacking. You could live in like one of the units while your tenants basically pay down your mortgage. So instead of like paying money to a landlord in an apartment where your money is just disappearing each month, instead you're paying down a mortgage, you're paying down a home, a piece of property that can become an asset for you in the future, that can produce cash flow for you simply by moving tenants in, right? Now let's talk about condos. Okay, so when it comes to condominiums and townhouses for that matter, if it's gonna be your first place, a lot of guys tend to want to move into a condo just because it's smaller and you don't have to do the upkeep that you would on, say, a single family home. When it comes to condos, I don't have anything against investing in condos, but the thing you want to watch out for are mostly the HOA fees. If you want to use a condo as a potential rental property where it's an investment for you, there are a few things you need to watch out for. First are the HOA fees, okay? So you want to watch the HOA fees. Okay, you want to make sure your HOA fees are reasonable, right? Because the thing about HOA fees are they never go down in cost, they only go up, okay? So if your HOA fees right now are $250 a month when you buy this condo, it's probably not going to be $250 a month 5 years from now. It'll probably be $300 or $350 a month 5 years from now. So the thing about HOA fees is they continuously go up, they don't go down. And of course you want to read your contract, whatever is in the homeowner association contract, because some of these HOAs do not allow you to use your condo as a rental property, right? Like there's only so many units in the complex that they allow to be rented out, while there's a certain percentage that needs to be residents who actually live there. And so if you're just buying this condo to use as an investment, then you want to make sure you read your HOA contract, because they can actually prevent you from renting it out, right? So you want to be careful of that as well. You know, read all that stuff. Do your due diligence. The thing about condos also are location, okay? So the location of your condo is very, very important, because there are a lot of condos that you'll find that are pretty dirt cheap, but they're in piss poor locations where nobody's gonna want to rent that, right? Nobody's gonna want to like rent your condo and then like Uber like 30 miles to the nearest train station and then have to like take the train into the city, which takes them another like 3 hours. Nobody's gonna want to do that. So you want to pick a location. If you buy a condo, make sure it's in a location where somebody who wants to live out of the city, pay a little less rent, would have nearby transportation where they can easily get, you know, to where they're going, get into work with relative ease, where they don't have to take like a train and then hop on the train for like 3 hours in order to get to work, right? A condo I was looking at recently was actually in the Bay Area. It was in a town called Dublin, okay? It's a little bit outside of San Francisco, because right now the condos in San Francisco are insane. They're going for like millions of dollars, at least the good ones are, where Dublin, it's a bit outside of the city. It's like 45 minutes outside of San Francisco, but I know a lot of people who are willing to live in Dublin that will commute to the city as long as they can get into the city within 45 minutes to an hour. And actually in Dublin, at the condo I was looking at, the BART station, right, basically the train station, was literally steps away from my condo that I was looking at, okay? The condo I was looking at purchasing. I mean, you could literally see the train station from the window of the condo, right? So that made sense. That's why I was looking at it, and I was like, this would probably make a great investment. So I knew that if I put a tenant in that condo, right, that tenant would be able to get to work fairly easily. So if I put in ads on, say, Craigslist, for example, that, hey, I've got this condo for rent, I could easily say that, hey, the train station is right there. I could even take a photo from the window, like, hey, look how close the BART is. Look how close the train station is. It's steps away. You could be in the city within 45 minutes. Obviously, they would want to choose my condo first because, boom, the train station's right there. It's not a whole lot of hassle, right? And then they live outside of San Francisco, so they don't have to pay that insane amount of rent to have a place to live. So when you're choosing a condo, you want to look for the same things, right? You want to make sure it's in a good location. It doesn't actually have to be in the city, right? If you can't afford that, it could be outside of the city, but just make sure that the train station or bus stop, whatever form of transportation they're going to be using to get into the city is nearby, is available. Okay, so that's like very, very, very key. But again, you want to look at the HOA fees, because the HOA fees are never going to go down. Those are only going to increase each year. So you want to watch the HOA fees. Also, you want to look at the HOA contract, right? Make sure there's nothing in there that's going to prevent you from using your condo as a rental property after you're done living in there, right? You want to make sure that it's not going to prohibit you from doing that. You know, whether you buy 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom, it's up to you. Personally, if I were to buy a condo, and I didn't have a place to live, I would buy a 2 bedroom. I would live in one of those units and then rent out the other unit, where at least you would have your tenant, you know, who would technically be your roommate. He would be paying half of your mortgage for you, right? You'd be paying half your mortgage because you got a 2 bedroom and you're able to rent out that other unit. So it would be smarter rather than to buy a 1 bedroom condo where you are the only golden tenant paying the mortgage, right? You want to at least get a two bedroom condo, if not a 3 bedroom condo, or a townhouse if you could afford that. And again, just like we talked about with the single family home, just rent out the other rooms. Rent out the other rooms, try to get as much as you can for it, and use that money to pay down your mortgage, okay? And by the time you move out and you move somebody into your room that you were living in, that house should be able to cash flow once you pay down at least half your mortgage, okay? You should be able to be cash flow positive if you get at least half your mortgage paid down. But if you have a bunch of tenants in there and they're paying your mortgage for you, then obviously you're making a sound financial investment. And obviously you want to choose your properties carefully. You want to choose the ones that will cash flow best, that will require the least amount of time and effort from you. You want to choose properties that you can foresee yourself holding in the long run, in the long term, you know, not just short term where you might need to sell it or panic sell, right? So that's very important. Obviously you want to choose the right neighborhood, because you choose, the better neighborhood you choose, the better type of tenants you're going to get. You know, the crappier neighborhood you choose, the worst type of tenants you're going to get, right? I shouldn't even have to tell you that. By the way, there goes a hotel where Pretty Woman was filmed. I probably mentioned this in the other coaching video, but that was a hotel where that movie Pretty Woman with Richard Gere and Julia Roberts was filmed, right there. Okay, so understand, when it comes to buying real estate, I don't like to buy real estate just to own it, right? I want to buy it as an investment. I want to buy it in order to use it as rental property, where I can move tenants in, I can move a family in there, and they can pay down the mortgage for me. And once the mortgage is paid off, or at least half paid off, that house will cash flow, right? Free and clear, where money will be coming in every single month just from that property alone. And then obviously you just want to rinse and repeat, go out there and find another property, do the same thing, rinse and repeat, go out there and find another piece of property, move some tenants in, rinse and repeat, right? And that's how you get rich. That's how you build wealth. Any piece of property you buy, whether it's a condo, townhouse, single family home, duplex, multifamily, triplex, you know, the whole goal should be for it to cash flow, for you to use it as an investment vehicle to create cash flow that will bring in a monthly income for you without you having to do anything. That's how you need to look at real estate. That's how you need to look at buying a home. Again, even if it's your first home, okay? Even if it's your first home, be smart about it. If all you can afford is a condo, don't buy a 1 bedroom condo, try to get a 2 bedroom condo, right? Get a 2 bedroom condo where you can rent out that other unit, get a tenant in there, and that person can help pay half your mortgage for you, so you're not on the hook for the entire mortgage, right? And then when you move out and you buy a home after that condo, you can move somebody in your place, and now you got those 2 guys in there, or those 2 girls, right, paying down your mortgage for you and helping to pay for your new home that you just bought, right? Where you're gonna rinse and repeat, you're gonna do the same thing. There goes another Lamborghini. A lot of Lamborghinis out here. I think that one is, I think it's an Aventador, right? It's like 500K. But then again, we are in Beverly Hills. All right, so that's all I have to say for tonight's coaching video. This is Matt Cross from Alpha Male Secrets, signing out from Beverly Hills, California. Got this friggin' Aventador right here. And until next time. By the way, you want to make sure that you subscribe to my channel for more coaching videos like this, where we're talking about how to invest your money, we're talking about how to invest in the stock market, we're talking about how to invest in cryptocurrency, but more importantly, we're also talking about how to become an alpha male in today's modern, feminized, emasculated, and pussified world, right? Talking about all this stuff. So you want to make sure you're subscribed to my channel, especially if you're a guy. especially if you're a man between the ages of 25 to 55. Definitely want to be subscribed to my channel. And in case I did not mention it, I'm going to be launching a premium Alpha Male Secrets channel, a premium content channel where I'm going to be sharing with you all of my premium coaching videos, all of my premium secret tips, tricks, and strategies for how to go out there and become a real alpha male in today's modernized, feminized, emasculated, pussified world. And again, we're going to be talking about every aspect of being a man in today's modern world. We're going to be talking about finances, fitness, health. We're going to be talking about, obviously, investing like we were tonight, real estate investing, stock market investing, cryptocurrencies. We're going to be talking about all that stuff, and I'm just going to be giving it to you guys straight. I'm going to be telling you exactly what I do myself, where I invest my money myself, and recently how I've been gaining up to 20% returns on my money, which is insane. I never thought that would have been possible. I'm going to be sharing all these secrets with you right here on my Alpha Male Secrets channel, so you want to make sure you're subscribed. You want to make sure that if you want to be part of my premium channel, I'm only going to have 50 spots available. So if you want to get on my premium content channel, just click that link below in my description box and get on my email list. It takes 2 seconds, and that way you will be the first to be notified once I launch my premium content channel. We're going to be launching it very, very soon. I'm very, very excited about it, and I want you to be a part of it. And I'm going to do kind of a secret launch, so I'm not going to really mention it here on my channel. At least not that I know of, right? So it's gonna be, right now, it's gonna be a private launch. And in order to be part of that, you need to be on my email list. So if you're not on my email list yet, click that link below, get on my email list, and that way, again, you will be one of the first to know when I launch that premium content channel. Okay, and I want you to be there when I do. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be exciting, and we're gonna be talking about all of these secret tips, tricks, and strategies for how to become a real alpha male in today's modernized, emasculated, pussified world. Okay, teaching you all of this stuff and much, much more. But you got to be on my email list, so make sure